We are outraged by the recent anti-Muslim attack on the subway in Forest Hills, a hate-filled act that will never be tolerated in this city. That's why we stand before you today, united in denouncing the attack and in solidarity with the victim, with the Muslim community, and all who face hate and discrimination. With that, I'd like to pass it over to New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
Thank you so much, VJ, and I thank the multicultural, ethnic, and religious groups that are here today. Over the weekend, I stopped in Queens to visit the family of this horrific attack. I saw the video earlier that day, and what I saw a mother, I saw a New Yorker, I saw an innocent person being brutally assaulted, and for the perpetrator to lean over close to her face and ask, "Are you a Muslim? Are you a Muslim?" And then to start viciously assaulting her repeatedly. And this person was not arrested for just this case. He had 2 other prior incidents of violence. And he's allowed to be on our streets to repeat his violence. When we stand together like this, it is sending a loud and clear message. Doesn't matter if you're Jewish, if you're Muslim, if you're Christian, if you're Sikh, if you're Buddhist, you should have the right to openly acknowledge your faith and use the article of clothing that are identifiable with your faith. To attack a woman that's wearing a hijab merely because she's a Muslim is something that should be unacceptable. And I called for it then, and I will do it again. We should have a no plea bargaining rule for those who carry out vicious assaults or acts of hate crime of this magnitude. We cannot allow it to be simply dropped down to harassment or some other minor infraction. Nothing cuts at the heart of what is opposed in this city than attacking an individual based on their faith. And I was appalled to see the injuries that this mother experienced. Not only does it traumatize her, but every blow traumatizes her 3 children, a son, and the 2 daughters. They too went through the trauma of seeing their mother impacted in this manner. And that's why we're here today. We're here today because we are standing in solidarity. Those of us who believe in faith, who believe this is a city where hate cannot fester and grow and exist. Those of us who have fought throughout the years to push back against hate. I can remember as borough president when a woman was on the bus wearing a hijab going into Staten Island, and she was threatened and harassed, and I joined activists, and we rode the bus across into Staten Island to show our solidarity with her. I remember seeing a flyer of Kill a Muslim's Day, and the group of imams and other leaders of different ethnic groups joined us as we walked through the streets of Bay Ridge to show our solidarity. Over and over again, we have stood up and fought against hate, and we will never, never surrender our city to hate. And VJ has an awesome job and responsibility as we continue to bring groups together and ensure that in this city, our message is clear, not based on only what we say, but based on our actions. And I want to thank the lead detective. Due to his aggressive investigation, we were able to bring the perpetrator to justice, and he should spend time in jail for the action that he carried out. So we won't have continuous victims. This was his third act of hate that he displayed. We cannot treat hate crimes lightly, and we cannot treat it as just someone is having a bad day. No, this is a bad action, and he must be held accountable. And so my heart goes out to this family, our team, this CAU unit immediately provided resources and information to this family, and we're going to be there to assist them as they get through the trauma of this incident. Yes, the wounds will heal, but the emotional scars will remain for many, many years. When this mother shared with me, she has been in this city for many years and raised her children. She never thought she would experience something of this magnitude. And so on behalf of the people of the city of New York, I want to say sorry to her. Sorry, because you should have never had experienced this. Our city is better than that, and the people of this city, we are better than that. Hate has no place in our city. The family has a GoFundMe page. Those who wish to support this family, the GoFundMe information will be made available. And again, I thank all those who are here from the multi-faith community to join in solidarity. You didn't have to be a Muslim to feel this pain. You don't have to be a person of faith to feel this pain. You have to be a human being to feel this pain. And we felt the pain of this family. Thank you. Thank you, PJ.
Next, we'll hear from Marwa Janini, Executive Director for the American Association of New York.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Adams and the Office for Prevention of Hate Crimes for bringing us together today. A 55-year-old Muslim woman was asked, "Where are you from? Are you Muslim?" When she answered, she was viciously attacked simply for being Muslim. At the Arab American Association of New York, we hear these stories every day. Clients followed on the streets, harassed in stores, mistreated at work. We received threats, including a note slipped under our office door that read, "Death to Muslims." This is Islamophobia. And for many Muslim New Yorkers, public safety is not a guarantee. It's a daily concern. No one should be targeted for their faith, ethnicity, or identity, not in New York, not anywhere. We're here to condemn the hate that fueled this attack and to stand with all who endure such violence, especially our sister, whom we've been directly supporting in her recovery. At AAANY, community safety and healing is at the heart of our work. We offer legal aid, counseling, self-defense classes, and a space where you are safe, seen, and supported. We will never stop fighting for her, for our community, and for a safer, more just New York. Thank you.
Thank you, Marwa. Next, we'll hear from Matt Abrams Gerber, Vice President of the Center for Shared Society, JCRC, New York.
Good morning. As Vijay said, my name is Matt Abrams Gerber. I'm the Vice President of the Center for Shared Society at the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York. We work to create a more interconnected New York by cultivating deep relationships with our neighbors and by addressing critical issues in partnership with the diverse communities that make up our great city. Last week, a Muslim woman wearing a hijab was targeted because she was identifiably Muslim. The Jewish community knows all too well what it means to be targeted, particularly those who are religiously identified by their appearance. In this period of rising hate, it is imperative that we work together and not allow ourselves to be divided. To the individual that experienced this assault, I send my sincerest wishes for healing. To the Muslim community, I want you to know that the Jewish community is with you. No one should fear expressing their fullest selves in public. It is only in standing together, shoulder to shoulder, that we will root out violence and hate and make our city a safe, welcoming place for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Next, we'll hear from Pastor Louis Shreker Jr. from the 67th Precinct Clergy Council, God Squad. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Good morning to fellow faith leaders, to community leaders, and members of the press. My name again is Pastor Louis Shreker Jr. Serve as the lead pastor of Reflections Church and also the board chair and acting executive director for the 67th Precinct Clergy Council, the God Squad. Today we come here and we are heartbroken. We are deeply heartbroken and outraged by the brutal and cowardly act committed against a 55-year-old Muslim woman on the E train last Tuesday. And so she was simply commuting peacefully, prayerfully, and visibly faithful when she was violently attacked because of who she is and what she believes. And in this presser this morning, we want to be resoundingly clear. Hate has no place in our city, in our subways, or in our spirits. This wasn't just an assault on one woman. This was an attack on our values, our neighbors, and our shared humanity. And to the victim and her family, we want you to know that we see you, we stand with you, and we will not let your pain go unanswered. We commend the NYPD for apprehending this suspect quickly, and we call for the full weight of justice to be applied, as it has been reported that this is not the first time this individual has targeted Muslim New Yorkers. And so as a faith leader and a community servant, I am calling on all of us, whether you worship in a mosque, a church, a synagogue, or not at all, to speak up, to show out, and to shut down hate wherever it rears its ugly head. New York is strongest when we protect the dignity of every resident, regardless of faith, race, gender, or background. And together, we must continue to build a city where no one has to fear riding the train because of their faith or walking our streets because of their identity. Thank you for your time, and may the spirit of peace and unity reside with us all. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Shreker. Next, we'll hear from Odessia Ray from the New York City Gay and Lesbian Anti-Violence Project.
Morning. My name is Odessia Ray. I am a queer survivor of violence and the executive director of the New York City Anti-Violence Project. AVP is here today in solidarity with Muslim New Yorkers to raise our voices together in this chorus saying, hate has no place in New York. This is especially poignant for queer and trans people as we're celebrating Pride this weekend, during a year when hateful speech and violence against our communities has been increasing. Along with our fellow path anchor, the Arab American Association of New York, AVP has been working to make services for LGBTQ, Arab, and Muslim New Yorkers more welcoming and accessible. We do this through our hotline, which is available 24/7 for survivors to reach out for free counseling and support. Thank you.
Thank you, Odessia. Next, we hear from Cindy Terramino, Director of Immigration Initiatives for the Hispanic Federation.
Good morning. My name is Cindy Terramino. I am the Director of Immigration Initiatives at Hispanic Federation. As a proud anchor organization, part of the hate against the initiative, we're proud to stand with the Office of Prevention of Hate Crimes here. Last week, we were absolutely horrified to see the attack on our New Yorker, which does not reflect the real New York City. And we know that we know and love. Hate has no place in New York, and Hispanic Federation strongly condemns this attack-driven hate towards our Muslim community. Only by fostering trust and understanding we can hope to stop hate between communities. This is why we have collaborated proactively with people from all walks of life, including by organizing events with our partner organization, the Arab American Association of New York, where we together collaborated and brought 40 teenagers into one space, sharing stories, poetry, and food. The fabric of New York City is strong because of our diversity, and we remain committed to this work and defending all communities who call New York home. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. And we'll hear from Daffany Tamasula from the Asian American Federation.
Good morning. The Asian American Federation is appalled by the recent subway attack on a Muslim woman targeted simply because of her faith. The attacker tore off her hijab, a sacred symbol of her religion, and punched her. This horrific act goes against the values we hold as New Yorkers and everything the Federation stands for. We strongly condemn this violence and the growing attacks on the Muslim community, which have left far too many of our neighbors living in fear. At the core of our safety work is this belief: no New Yorker should ever fear for their well-being because of the God they worship, the color of their skin, the shape of their eyes, the countries they come from, or the languages they speak. And that's why through our Path Forward program, we've distributed over 6,000 safety resources and trained more than 1,000 community members to protect themselves and others. Hate has no place in our city. The Asian American Federation will keep working to ensure every New Yorker can live and move through this city in safety and dignity. Thank you.
Thank you, Daphne. Behind me, what you see is New York City. All of our partners who we work with, and this work continues because hate, like Mayor Adams says, have no place. It had no place, does not have a place, and will never have a place in New York City. This incident is a stark reminder of why the work of the New York City Office for the Prevention of Hate Crime is so important. Every New Yorker deserves to feel safe in our streets, in our subways, in their communities, in their schools, in their houses of worship, and everywhere they want to be in New York City. And again, hate will never win. Hate will never win. Hate will never win. Together, our partners and all New Yorkers, we will continue to keep building a city where everyone is safe, respected, and free from fear. I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. I want to thank all of our partners who stand behind me to do this work. I want to thank Mayor Adams for your tireless and continued effort to fight hate every day, every moment, every second. Thank you.